I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take. I'm excited to launch my game.
You keep using and you just did it again. You keep using a word there, game. You're not using like a project. It's a game.
It's a game.
So you can see right there, they wanted to sell this game before it had even launched.
Well, guys, it looks like that we're back in the early 2017, early 2018 era. Everybody's talking about Logan Paul yet again. It's probably not as worse as what he actually did back in 2018. For what he did and what he got exposed, just within this week, he could possibly go to prison. I'm sure most of you guys already know what I'm talking about based on the thumbnail or title, but the crypto scam that Logan got himself into, he caused an insane amount of damage on himself. The story broke when CoffeeZilla made a 3-part investigation on the Logan Paul's biggest scam, Crypto Zoo, which is very highly successful. Like, honestly, just in like the 3 videos he made, it's over 10+ million views in just those 3 videos. I actually sat down, during my time away from work on vacation, and I watched those 3-part investigations. Anything could change within the story, so I wanted to actually watch from the beginning all the way to the end. I was kind of just blown away, but I was sort of not surprised by this because Logan Paul has been in other crypto scams before. So am I really surprised this happened? No, not really, but the extent of how big this was, yeah, I'm kind of surprised. What's funny is once these videos started to get traction, Logan Paul and the people involved in this whole situation, they wanted to hide themselves from this whole scam. They were saying, oh, we didn't do it. I don't know what you're talking about. We're not going to talk about this. It really makes Logan Paul look even more guilty about the crypto scams because when he is making sure no one can fucking comment on this, you can see it on Twitter. He's blocking people for saying anything about the crypto scams. Instagram, he's limiting the amount of comments that can actually be made. TikTok, he straight out just disabled comments on his post. But there is one place, one wonderful place that people can still post comments about the crypto scams. And guess what that is? The holy YouTube comments. And oh boy, these people did not hold back at all. Props to your fans that invested their hard-earned money into you and never received a payout. That CoffeeZilla feature was sick, and you should have done more features on this channel. Great job on gaining your audience trust and successfully scamming them. You must feel so proud. Logan, you're the best when it comes to disappointing and failing. How are you not in jail? Honestly, kind of have to agree with this. From selling Prime to committing crimes, Logan come a long way. Honestly, this is probably my favorite comment I've actually seen. And this is just from his recent video that he did a month ago. So everybody's just probably going to his channel, commenting as much as they can. And it's a gold mine, honestly, I gotta say. It's really funny that Logan Paul wanted to hide and block anyone, trying to minimize the damage on all his socials, so his little fan base won't know about what actually happened. They probably don't even know what the crypto game or crypto space really is. Knowing how young his fans are, he knew that he was going to just win their money. Honestly, CoffeeZilla went hard on Logan just by not holding back anything from this investigation and telling people the truth of what really happened. Honestly, really good on him. Without Coffee's hard work, we would never know anything about this. This would have been in the dark, and nobody would actually know. The only people that would know is the people that worked on the project and the people that knew about the project. I wanted to make a video about the other parts, but I knew that Coffee was going to make a 3-part series, so I wanted to actually watch the full 3 parts, then make a video. Anyways, in part 3 of exposing, Logan Paul's scam, Coffee went and made it so good by exposing so much of just the inner workings of Logan Paul's crypto scam and his past projects that he was involved in. Once I sat down and finished part 3, I wanted to push myself to actually make a video response on this series because this is like absolutely groundbreaking, like just when it dropped. Once Logan Paul started actually talking about his project game, everybody wanted to invest into it because they could actually trust him. They think they could actually trust Logan Paul with this project because they were thinking like, oh, well, he's already rich and famous, so why would he scam people for their money? And I don't think people really did enough research on that because Logan Paul was already in multiple crypto scam projects that he was involved in and pretty much scammed a lot of people's money through this crypto coin shit. I don't understand the root of these YouTubers doing these huge like influence like crypto NFT bullshit. I don't understand it. You're doing it for a quick buck. Everybody fucking knows that. Every time that a YouTuber has tried to make like a crypto NFT project, guess what? It's all about the money. They don't care about you. They don't care about their game. They don't really care. They just want you to spend your hard-earned money on their project. So once they make enough, they can say, oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, dude, I wasn't involved. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, let's get right into it. We already knew what happened in the beginning where CoffeeZilla comes out and confirms CryptoZoo was never about Logan Paul's fresh take on the crypto space.
The first time I've ever said anything about this. For the last 6 months, I've been working on my own NFT project. I think there needs to be a fresh take, and this project that I have is that fresh take.
Or Logan even saying that it's going to be such a fun game where you can earn money by playing the game.
I'm excited to launch my game.
You keep using and you just did it again. You keep using a word there, game. You're not using like a project. It's a game.
It's a game. It's a really fun game that makes you.
Funny enough, he lied. He lied about it all. There was no game, and there was no future for this game. No future for this project. It was all about the money he wanted to just shove right in his pocket. Somehow CoffeeZilla was able to obtain screenshots from within the CryptoZoo team group chat. And we got names of people involved, and one of those scumbags involved was called Jake the Crypto King, and his job was dealing with the advisoring of he was pretty much an advisor for the CryptoZoo project game, I guess you can say. You're gonna really see a lot of messages from him and see how much like he's backstabbing so he can make some money for himself. So let's get into the messages of the full expose of the CryptoZoo and the team, where you'll see that the team wanted to copy another crypto project called CryptoKitties. That's what everybody does now when they want to make a crypto project. They just copy somebody else because it's, guess what? It's easy money. I like imitating CryptoKitties. The public is familiar with it. They will recognize the style, images, and card. Plus, the mobile will make it beyond viral, as right now, all these games are solely desktop. And Logan Paul replies with, I agree. To be honest, if they actually went that route, it probably would be, you know, very, very scummy just to copy another crypto project. It probably would have worked out better for them because they would actually have a full functioning game. A full functioning game that you can actually, you know, sit down and play. But no. They didn't want to go that route. They wanted to scam people. They wanted to take your money. So then CoffeeZilla comes out and exposed them again, where they were going to try to even sell the game before it even launched to the public.
Eddie jumped in at this point and talked about how he could sell the project as an investment to a friend, Matt Higgins, saying, quote, he has to spend that $350 million somewhere. Why not us? And Logan says, I love that idea. Crypto King, I'm in. And of course, you have Jeff saying, let's go. So you can see right there, they wanted to sell this game before it had even launched. Now later, Eddie amends the list of investors and says, quote, investors will be Gary Vee, Todd Morley, James Altucher, Ryan Kavanaugh, and others confirmed on my end. Supposedly, they had $100 million of investment interest.
Well, as you can see, that didn't work. That didn't happen at all because we got this fucking shit show just a few days ago and they are still hiding from it. So during the time Logan Paul and his team wanted to find out a way to acquire so much Zoo tokens before the launch goes to the public. So they decided to do some sort of stealth launch over 2 months before the full public announcement.
It says, quote, launch of the liquidity pool is where huge money will be made because you get in cheaper. And then says, we, the team, begin buying out the liquidity pool. Once the team has exhausted funds for the liquidity pool buying, we send the contract address to friends, family, investors who want to be able to get in. So obviously the plan is we buy first, then we give it to our close friends and family, and then maybe the public eventually, right? And even the day before, Crypto King reminds everyone, quote, Zoo Day is tomorrow. I highly recommend everyone get a few $100 to a few $1,000 in Zoo when it goes live. It will likely 10 to 1,000x. So that was their plan. Rather than doing a pre-sale, they were going to do this stealth launch and hopefully get tokens cheaply the same way, but without all the legal troubles. Or at least that was the plan.
This pretty much just shows you that Logan Paul, he did it for the money. He didn't do it for his fans. He didn't do it for increased reputation. He went out and found people he knew that was really good at this stuff. And with Logan's like high influence, popularity, they knew they would make a lot, and I mean a lot of money, because his name is in it. The meaning of the discount of the coins for the stealth launch was to buy as much as they can, and once it goes public with a high amount of people putting money into it, they would sell it and make a profit. That was their whole plan. So this is where you see Mr. Crypto King himself started to do some backstabbing on the Crypto Zoo team, where he was buying way more of these Zoo tokens, or Zoo coins if you want to call them, that the team didn't even know he even had. So it seemed like he wanted to actually go out and trade them behind their back once the market started fluctuating. And once Logan and Jeff started to see what was happening, they got really fucking pissed off at Crypto King and saying that, oh, well, it was all bots and traders that were doing it. It's okay. It's all fine. Don't worry about it.
Quote, a bot is playing with our token. Kind of cool to watch them work. But he doesn't mention who this bot is. And he also says the asshole finished selling, but doesn't mention who that is. Now, Jeff, Logan's manager, replies upset. He says, how do we prevent someone doing what they just did again? We went from a $130 million to $26 million market cap in 2 hours. It's not cool to watch. Logan jumps in. Yeah, wait, how did that happen? And he also says, what asshole? How did anyone get this token except for us, and none of us sold? And I think actually this is incredibly suspicious, because the implication of what Logan's saying is, hey, we tried to scheme this really well. We tried to all buy this without letting anyone know. How did anyone else figure out we were buying it, right? And this is where a fight ensues that's going to become really interesting. Crypto King deflects the question by saying, my buyer pushed it back up to $40 million. And Logan says, no, bro, F your buyer. Explain to me what just happened and how there were 30 token holders. And Jake tries to explain that this was just traders and bots happening to find the token. But Logan says only 5 of us knew about it. Jake says, well, many people chase volume and new tokens. And to some extent, he's kind of right. But Logan replies, cap. He doesn't believe it. Quote, I can't be the only one who thinks that's too incredibly convenient. Like someone was tipped.
And again, I will say this again and again and again. All these crypto projects are all about the money. They don't care about you. All they want is your money. Funny enough, they were all freaking out about their Zoo coin was dropping so fast, but at this point, the damn coin wasn't even out to the public yet. I just don't understand how hard it is to focus on making the game that you promised thousands to possibly millions of people, and to mainly pay the dev team who is making the game, and then maybe you wouldn't be in this situation right now. Right now, you're just fucking hiding, saying like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to comment on this situation. It's all bullshit, man. All of it. It's all bullshit. Anyways, Crypto King wanted to try and act all innocent, but in fact, he was the one going behind their backs, acquiring more tokens than he should have. And surprise, surprise, CoffeeZilla went out and exposed him, saying that he had the highest amount of Zoo tokens in his wallet than even Logan Paul did.
Buyers of the Zoo coin. And lo and behold, this is what I found. Logan was one of the biggest buyers, which is what you'd expect. But he wasn't the biggest. In fact, 2 of the biggest wallets seem to be associated with Crypto King himself.
Crypto King was only an advisor, and he had more than Logan Paul, the founder of CryptoZoo. But where you truly see how much of a thief he actually is, just to make a quick buck, when Logan Paul started to see that something was really wrong going on, they went out and made Zoo Coin V2 right before launch.
The thing they did was actually create a new Zoo token with a different code, but the same name. and they actually airdropped all the holders of the first Zoo token with an identical amount of those coins on the second Zoo token. So you might be wondering, why did they do that? Well, maybe it's to change the smart contract, but maybe it's because of what they did do. They blacklisted some of the holders. In other words, they didn't airdrop to everyone, including Jake the Crypto King. They excluded his wallets so it couldn't get these Zoo coins.
Then once he found out what he actually did, he lost his mind.
Jake texts the group about this the next day, saying, quote, "The Zoo team made a major error this weekend. They chose not to communicate, mint a new token, and airdrop it to whatever wallets they determined fit. This decision came from Eddie and Logan, and I had no part in it. 11,250 wallets before the airdrop, under 11,000 after. They chose to blacklist and ban over 200 wallets. Now, who those wallets are, I have no idea." But he continues, quote, "As a founder like Logan, Jeff, Eddie, and Danny, I had purchased a large quantity of tokens. 5+ of my wallets had been blacklisted from the original team's buys." Now, I don't know why he had 5+ wallets there, but okay. He says 80+ billion Zoo tokens were confiscated from me to date without any communication. So, wow. That's why Crypto King accused Logan of stealing from him or scamming. It's because he was frozen out of a lot of his wallets. And then we get to the text you guys all know. He says, "Logan, you stole $40 million. You're a scammer. You're a con artist, all that stuff. You betrayed your community. The reality is you aren't that guy." And Logan responds, "Oh, Jake, trust me, bro. I am that guy." Q, in the arms of an angel.
They're just backstabbing each other back and forth because Crypto King was taking way more coins than he was supposed to. And then we have Logan Paul coming out and backstabbing Crypto King from taking any more. So they blacklisted him from taking any of these crypto coins. It's honestly pretty entertaining to watch these crypto scammers, arguing back and forth, which in the end, they want the same thing. They want money from people. That's all they ever want. That's why they did this. But it keeps getting worse and worse by the minute, and you can tell just by how messed up the team was. And they continued all the way up to the official launch. The amount of plotting of this team was insane. This is the most messed up crypto scam I've probably ever seen.
I've tracked the wallets of the entire team and identified the largest seller of Zoo in the team. And it wasn't Jeff. It wasn't Danny. It wasn't even Logan. It was Crypto King. Crypto King sold, by my calculations, millions of dollars. And I know what you're thinking. How's that possible, right? I thought his tokens were blacklisted the day of the official launch. How could he sell that much? Well, the answer is that not all of his tokens were blacklisted. He had even more tokens behind the scenes. And what's worse, the CryptoZoo team actually gave him back a lot of his blacklisted tokens, which I guess you can see as a good thing or a bad thing because he then turned around and sold those tokens, right? And from my blockchain analysis across his blacklisted tokens he got back and the tokens that he had squirreled away the whole time, he ended up making $6 million.
This man made fucking millions of dollars off something that never came out. Never fully worked. It's all a fucking scam and they knew it. The other big name that was floating around during the situation was Eddie from part 2 of CoffeeZilla's investigation, where he made about $1.7 million.
Credit for a game that doesn't work. But you know who did sell? Eddie Ibanez. The guy who didn't pay the initial devs, the supposed MIT orphan? Yeah. From what I could see, his initial wallet got a ton of Zoo, sent it to a bunch of smaller wallets, and then sold off, kind of like Crypto King. And for my calculations, he made about $1.7 million. Now,
the most confusing part about this whole situation, that Logan and Jeff, Logan's manager, never sold any of their tokens.
Example, Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul, which was a huge surprise. All their wallets that I tracked, held on to their tokens, which is good. And to their credit for a game that doesn't work.
With all the drama that built up just within the team itself, they ended up not selling any of their tokens. Who knows why they didn't sell it, but it's all clear that Logan Paul held a massive portion of the responsibility for scamming his viewers, scamming his fans, where these people wanted to get into the crypto zoo that they wanted. They had to buy these eggs, which made tons of money just by themselves. People dumped a lot of money into buying these eggs to see what they could get out of it.
Well, on the Ethereum side, there's one payout for $364,000 to one wallet and another $1 million to another. Both are Coinbase addresses, so we don't know who exactly that is, but clearly someone on the team made a lot of money from these NFT egg sales that do not work.
Well, somebody made quite a lot of money off these NFT eggs that never worked at all. They were just images. Couldn't even hatch the fucking eggs. You literally got an egg, a picture of an egg, and you got scammed. Is it possible that Logan had one of these crypto wallets? It's possible, but there was no proof that was found. Anyways, this is probably one of the most wildest shit I've ever seen, but after the backlash, Logan Paul goes out of his way to make an actual response to CoffeeZilla. You know, there's if you guys want to actually watch the full series of what CoffeeZilla did, I really suggest that you go watch 1 through 3. It goes way more into detail than I ever could. I just want to cover the biggest part of this whole scam, and part 3 did not disappoint. Anyways, let's get into the response. Hey Steven, I'd love to extend the offer for you to come on Impulsive in person to discuss CryptoZoo. Of course, we'll cover all flights. Look forward to hearing back. Best, Logs. Wait, hold on. Wait, Logs? This man's really trying to act like all cool and shit, saying like, oh, look how cool I am. I'm inviting CoffeeZilla to my podcast. Wow, man. Aren't we great friends right now? You know, people might be actually thinking like, oh, well, Logan's actually wanting to talk to CoffeeZilla. He's the first one to want to speak out. No, that's not true. Because CoffeeZilla was the one that wanted to talk to Logan first, and he has emails of when he wanted to talk to him months ago. Why does Logan want to talk now? It couldn't be that finally he got exposed for his scams and now everybody's hating on him. No. That can't be it. This fucking loser can't even think of a response, so he just wanted to get the clout for this whole crypto scam and boost his podcast for some shady scam that he was involved in. Like what the fuck? It's all about clout, isn't it? All of it. It's just like back in the fucking days of 2017, 2018 with the Paul brothers that made daily vlogs at the time. All they did was do anything for clout. They wanted anything for clout and views. Why can't Logan Paul go and help out the fucking people that were scammed by your failure of a fucking crypto coin? But once Coffee saw his post, he fired back with a response. Logan invited me onto a show, but didn't include the email 24 hours before this where I invited him first onto my show along with Eddie, Crypto King, and Jeff. I'm happy to fly Logan down or live stream it, but I'm not flying to his crypto tax haven on New Year's. It makes me sad to see you try to discredit my work, given how many times I've reached out in good faith. Nevertheless, once again, I want to invite you to tell your side of the story on my platform. If you have nothing to hide, this should be a no-brainer. We can chat about everything CryptoZoo. I would extend the same invitation to Eddie, Jeff, and Crypto King as well. All that matters is the truth, the victims, and making things right for the single mothers, fathers, and kids who invested millions. I can even put you in contact with them if you would like. I think they deserve to hear this stuff straight from you. Thanks, Steven. I just don't understand what Logan Paul is even thinking, because CoffeeZilla invited Logan to his show first, and then Logan was wanting to say like, oh, but why don't you come onto my show so we could talk about this on my show so I can get the views and the clout? That's not how it works around here, Logan. It's just not. You, Logan, were the one that was called out. You, Logan, made the crypto scam and scammed millions and millions of dollars off families, and you decided to say to Coffee that he has to come onto your show, even though you were the one that was called out, not Coffee. Give me a break, man. Coffee also made another silly response that I absolute like about this. It's perfect. If we live stream it, I will donate 100% of the Crypto Zoo victims. We have any leftover, I would give it to Dink Doink holders. Never forget what they took from you. I think this was the Dink Doink like mascot or one of them. But if you don't know what Dink Doink was actually another crypto scam. Wow, would you be surprised? Another crypto scam that Logan Paul was involved in. And guess what? He stole millions of dollars and abandoned the project, and it never became a thing. Ever. Honestly, CoffeeZilla is probably the most honest and truthful person in the YouTube community for doing something so great. Doing his research. Getting the right information. It seriously pisses me off that it's been over a year and a half after all these scamming that's been happening, and now he wants to bring it up where people are still missing money, the game never worked, and a huge amount of manipulation that they did to just screw over everyone. And with Logan talking about that he wants to shift the blame so his brand and his fame doesn't get hurt by this, but in the end, he will get blamed for this, for all of it. He was the one that wanted to start this. Personally, I think they should all be blamed for all of this. Since that Logan Paul is the founder, all the blame is mainly shifted to him. Anyways, guys, in conclusion, this was probably it's a wild ride. It's like something that came out of nowhere that CoffeeZilla has been making behind the scenes. This is probably the most craziest crypto scams I've actually ever seen from an influencer. And I wonder if brands will actually stop working with Logan Paul after this, because right now he works with KSI, and I'm thinking, like, what if KSI just takes Prime away from Logan and KSI is mainly the one behind the company? Honestly, that would be fine, because you're gonna hurt your reputation from Prime because you're working with somebody that's been very shady behind the scenes with cryptocurrency and scamming millions of dollars from people. He needs to go. Logan Paul needs to go. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down below. I would love to read all your comments about this because it also helps the algorithm as well. Anyways, like, sub, bell, comment. All my social medias are down in the description below. I'm mainly on Twitter, so if you want to send Mays over, you can. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys around.